Investigation into the first assassination attempt on former President Trump. A preliminary Senate report finding sweeping failures by the Secret Service, including lack of a clear plan and lapses in communication with local law enforcement. Joining us to kick things off is Geraldo Rivera, NewsNation correspondent at large. Great to see you, Geraldo.
Hi, Hannah. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Better now that you're on. So we got this damning report on the Secret Service from the Senate today. I'm sure you saw it too. Failure after failure was highlighted from the Secret Service. How do you understand what's going wrong at the agency?
Well, I think, first of all, just generally in terms of interfacing federal law enforcement with state and local law enforcement, they have to all be, it's like third grade stuff. They have to all be on the same frequency. They all have to be able, when they speak into their walkie-talkie or into their wrist microphone, wherever it is, that everybody can hear everybody at all times. It was extremely frustrating on the day of the assassination to hear eyewitness accounts that said, there he is, look, there's somebody on the roof, look, there's somebody on the roof. And the Secret Service still allowed President Trump to walk onto that stage. It really, I mean, you could see prior to and I'm very happy that it was a bipartisan report from a bipartisan subcommittee, so refreshing in Washington. But you could see with your own eyes that this was absurd. This was not the way you can protect the president, to allow him to walk into harm's way where one agency, the state police or the local cops, could see someone on the roof with a gun, and yet that was not communicated to the Secret Service, who were escorting the president onto the stage. And I fully blame the Secret Service. The federal government has to be the paramount agency. They have to be the lead agency. They have to be the bosses of the scene, not the sheriff, however charismatic he may be or popular with the local cops, not the police chief, not the mayor, not the governor. It has to be the Secret Service. The Secret Service is impaneled. They exist to protect the life and well-being of the President of the United States. And to allow him to walk into harm's way that way, I think is malfeasance of the worst sort.
And I'm so glad you reminded our viewers that this was a bipartisan report. That is an important factor here. Let's stay in Pennsylvania. Let's talk about Harris. She's in Pittsburgh right now. She's talking about her economic plan. Here's something she's pitching that her opponent hasn't mentioned just yet. Let's play that for our viewers.
Give all working people access to paid leave, which will help everyone caring for children, caring for aging parents, and that sandwich generation, which is caring for both.
Do you think she's speaking to concerns of so many voters out there who are heading to the polls in November?
Well, no doubt about it. And I think this is a lovely phase of the campaign, generally speaking. You have both candidates offering everything to everybody, just a checklist as they go through the particular constituencies to make sure they're getting something. This sounds to me, however, like something that is really a very profound need. If you don't have childcare, you can't have working moms. If you don't have elder care, you can't have working moms. Someone's got to do that very, very difficult job of caring for those who cannot care for themselves, whether they're the elderly or the very young. And I think that I would love to see bipartisan agreement on this issue, the issue that, you're almost forced. I happen to have had some success in my life, so I could take care of my mom, Lily, who lived to be 99, and I was very proud to do that. But so many others are confronted with an issue where they have to, deal with either they have to have a life and work and pay, or they have to stay home and deal with the person who is incapacitated or needs help. I need a government that is engaged in that is involved in that. And I'm a Republican. I don't think that we should throw money at every problem. But this one particularly seems to me not only sympathetic, not only a nice thing to do, but as you say in your headline, pragmatic.
Pragmatic, that is the word her campaign wants us to walk away with today.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.